Hi, here we will discuss a common example how we can have JavaScript memory leaks in Angular. Right now we are giving this example on Angular 8. Let's see how we can demonstrate that. For the, for information, we will find this code also in Slack bits, which I will show you how to see. In my project, we have two different folders in our app. One is has memory leak and another is solved memory leak. So we have some same sort of things in both set of examples, which one has only memory leak and one has memory leak with a solution. Let's see how we can describe it. In has memory leak uh, example, if we go to page 1, we can see we have a service imported at top of the page, and also we have a object and two different variables, which we will see how it is implemented later. And in the service, we have two functions. We are having a number type observable, and after each 3 seconds we are updating the observable by setInterval function, and we are returning this. So this is we have in the service. And again, at here we are just subscribing it, and we also adding to other few different things like service ID. There might be chances we are getting back to this page again and again. So on each service call, we are giving it an ID, and we are doing this by having a different variable in the service call. Here is the example. Like in the service call count, we are initializing that with 0, and by calling this function, and for each call for this particular service function, this service call count will increase. And in the HTML page, we are printing the number with the service ID, and also with the last executed time and execution gap. These are the things we are showing. I will detail the code here again. The last executed time, we are just getting the Unix timestamp, and also in the we are pushing this whole data as an object, like the number we are getting from the service. And for information, as we have a subscriber over here, whenever there will be automatic change in every 3 seconds, this will be updated. This is how it's working. And we also have a console log to detect the changes over here for a different reason, which we will know later. So I will refresh the example. Yeah, so you can see the service ID is 1, and the random here the random numbers we can see in the console. And the issue is, if we navigate to another page, then this call should already been stopped, but it's not, because we haven't stopped, or we haven't uh, put an end to the subscription over there. So in console we can see it's running, and it will act fast if we get back to this page again. You will see it will be fast, and you can see there is service ID 2, because we have called this service second time over here. And you can see there is number 38 and number 150 is printing over here, but it's only have 150 and 38. In between that there is 121. So right now there are two executions for the services running. This is an issue we can see. So how to solve it? There are many ways to solve, but right now I will show one example how to solve it. In a different example with here's the link example with leak solution. Here also we can see its third service ID has already been called, and it has started printing. But if I move into the example of the leaks again, we can see the service ID 3 is not there anymore in the console. So 1, 2, 4 are there and 3 is not there. So if I go into the solution over here again, then we can see 1, 2, 4, 5. You can see there is 1, 2, 4 and 5. We will wait for a few more seconds and see. Yes, you can see again the 1, 2, 4 and 5 are there. And now we will jump back to the leaks example, and you will see the 6 has been added, but 5 is not here again. So we can see, or we can tell that this solution, this page is working fine. This page has no issue of memory leaks. So let's see how we implemented that. In the example solve memory leak, if we go to the page 1 component, we will have just one thing imported over here called subscription of RxJS, and then in ng destroy we have initialize this subscription variable when you are subscribing, and we just unsubscribe that whenever you hope you know the ng destroy. Whenever we are moving from one component to another component, generally the ng destroy get called. So if we unsubscribe the subscription, then this won't happen. So this is one of our common mistakes we do. These things will generally happen when we will be using like real-time socket like functions, like chats, like real-time things, like we are calling some things in a particular interval, and if we navigate away from the page and if we come back few times, these calls will be randomly adding more and more calls to the service, so which will be generating a memory leak. So we have to be alert on that, and we should not do this kind of mistakes when we are using Angular. That's all for now, and I will try to show more ways to solve JavaScript memory leaks, and more ways to have JavaScript memory leaks, and how we can detect JavaScript memory leaks in browsers, and how you can detect and how you can check about the memory leaks. And for another information, you can find this example, the same thing in Slack BricsLink also, which will be in the description. The same link will be given there. Thank you.